leggy and a bit light on. This one out of a Blazing Sword mare, Blazing Aura. The Lark is number 11. This finished well down the track in a trial on the 16th of June. In fact, finished last. It's got a lugging bit on today, trained on the track by Greg Manson. There's been no money in the ring to suggest that it would figure in the finish today. It's $40.90. On screen is 12, Wicket Hill. Now, Wicket Hill's already had 4 starts. It was placed at Seymour last start, and before that placed at Kilmore. Rick Lacey has put the blinkers on this filly today, a daughter of Spartacus, who of course was trained by Rick throughout his career. So the blinkers going on Wicket Hill today, who was placed in the dead ground at Seymour last start. And finally, we'll find number 13, World Joy. This is a filly by Anabar, trained by Danny O'Brien. It's the favourite. It showed plenty of speed on both occasions. Finished midfield at Flemington on debut, was beaten 3 1/4 lengths. And then at Sandown, finished second to Satin Robes. Now, Satin Robes did plenty wrong that day. It bucked in the run and was able to hurtle down the outside. So World Joy's obviously no world beater, but she has got some speed. She's got a good alley, and she'll probably figure in the finish here, number 13, World Joy. It's just whether you want to take the short odds or not. David Gately from Best Bets thought that 13, World Joy, would be the hardest to beat from 3, Cape Ella, 10, Startling Aura, and number 4, Chiripo. So 13, 3, 10 and 4. After an early rally for both Cape Ella and Florida Bay, those 2 horses have drifted out, and World Joy has in fact been a lot firmer in the latter stages of betting. So number 13 will run a pronounced favourite, World Joy. Cape Ella number 3, as I said, it firmed early on, but it's got back out just fractionally past its opening price, just past half each way odds. And Florida Bay, after firming from each way odds to about 7 to 2, has got back out 1.5. So on the tote, as we look at it now, number 13 is a 210 World Joy, and that is spot on with what bookmakers are offering. Number 3, Cape Ella, is still significant value, $6.40. You can halve that on track. Number 5 is Florida Bay, and it's at $9.90. That's also huge value, about $4 shorter than that on course. Number 9, Stainless, $13.30. And then we go down to number 8, which is Nindathana, at $15.80. But there's very little action outside of the first 3 or 4 in the betting here. Wicket Hill, number 12, is big overs, $19 if you fancy it. It's about 7 or 8 to 1 on course, so you're shopping well there if you do fancy number 12, Wicket Hill, which is wearing blinkers for the first time today. So the gear changes here. We've got blinkers on Florida Bay. As I said, she didn't wear them last start when she was unlucky at Ballarat, travelling well behind the pace, but the leaders just collapsed in her face coming to the turn, and it was hard to get a good guide on how she went that day. But she had beaten O'Marie, the winner of that race, in a barrier trial prior to that at Cranbourne. We've also got blinkers on Miss Eileen, the first starter. Nindathana also wearing blinkers, the first starter, and Wicket Hill, Rick Lacey's runner number 12, which is having its 5th race start today. It's wearing blinkers for the first time. World Joy, the favourite, has come up with gate number 1. Cape Ella, if you're looking for it, it's in blue, yellow spots and a red cap coming out of gate number 5. Florida Bay is in the orange with the green diamonds. We've seen Brian Mayfield-Smith have a lot of success for the Pope family with those colours. Florida Bay coming out of barrier number 12, and Wicket Hill further down. Number 12 in the race coming out of barrier number 8. It's in orange with brown diamonds. Just looking at the bookies now, World Joy has firmed into about yours for theirs on track, so it's certainly after the parade the one they want to back. On track, Cape Ella now drifting from about 30 cents from its opening quote, and Florida Bay is a couple of points longer than each way odds. So let's go down to Ballarat today and welcome in our caller for the day, Terry Bailey. How are you, Terry?
I'm very well, thanks, Mark. A very good afternoon to you, and welcome along, everyone. We've got a lovely day for racing. Normally this time of the year it's extremely cold and the wind is howling. The wind is up, there's no doubt about that, but the sun is beaming down over Ballarat. Track is a dead 4. A bit of information coming through from the stewards panel, quite likely. I think the steward's just getting in contact with us. Hello. Everything sweet? Thank you very much. Just repeating too, we need riders in race 5 here for Salaby number 6, Ben Smith not riding, and Brady Cross we need a rider for in race 6 with number 12, Our Boy Kev. Rail out at 12 metres in the home stretch. They're about to move forward. Mark's done the form for this race. Cape Ella showed good natural speed from a wide gate first go at the trials. Wasn't let go, trialled quite well according to my notes, did it easily. Renema finished third in the trial and failed badly at Sale just the other day, but this horse apparently has got plenty of ability. World Joy should jump and run from that inside gate. Florida Bay, as Mark mentioned, inconclusive her run here first up. There was a gap there for her to take, and she looked a little bit timid going through the gap, I thought.
Over 1,000 metres. She's off the inside gate. World Joy, 2:10, with some late support for Cape Ella, a first starter from the Doug Harrison yard, a filly by Cape Cross. She won a trial at Cranbourne a few weeks ago, over 800 metres. Let's take you there to Ballarat for race number 1, and we're taking the calls today from Terry Bailey.
Hey, Cape Ella about to move forward. Out of the gate is Miss Eileen. Nindathana has moved in. A lot of the big jockeys riding here today, including Craig Newett and Noel Callow, just two of the boys riding in this race. And probably the most informed rider in Victoria, Stephen Arnold, has been an absolute joy to watch in the last month or two with some of his rides. He's on World Joy. They're certainly short enough, but race experience a big plus, and they bet the 220 on track and has just firmed in back into yours for this. So that's a good little lead, I feel. Jump straight on the bunny. Obviously got plenty of ability, beautifully bred, and Anna Bar, they fly early. Now Miss Eileen to move forward. Chirapo to come up. Florida Bay and Jamaica Magic are standing well. Cape Ella showed plenty of speed in its trial from a wide draw. Stayed wide in the straight. And we're just about ready for action. The first of 8 at Ballarat Showcase Racing. World Joy, the favourite inside gate. Set to run. Ready to jump. Chirapo set on the outside. Nindathana well behaved with Wicked Hill. Favourite inside gate. She's been well supported. Cape Ella likewise has had backing. They're off. World Joy near the inside, and Startling Aura came out fairly. Miss Eileen's got no speed whatsoever. Jamaica Bay wide out and Wicked Hill, both in the orange colours, rushing forward. Blue on blue fast away. Cape Ella going up to be 4th. Near the inside, Startling Aura. World Joy is on the fence just behind those. They were followed next of all, making a bit of ground by Nindathana, who's being passed very quickly by Blue Stocking. A length away, Chirapo Stainless, the Lark going back at the start. It's near the tail with Jamaican Magic, and 2 or 3 lengths away, last of all, coming to the bend, Miss Eileen. With the inside, Cape Ella leads the way from Wicked Hill and Florida Bay 3 wide. World Joy the fence 4th. Making ground, Blue Stocking. Startling Aura the centre, blue on blue, very wide out as they turn, and further back, Nindathana, Chirapo. And right down the outside, Jamaica Magic running on. Wicked Hill went to the front. Florida Bay put under the stick, giving chase. A length away is Blue Stocking, and World Joy's looking for the run. She's trying to get around the heels of the one in front, Florida Bay, and Nindathana's running on. Florida Bay hits the lead. Nindathana, the stablemate's the danger. Florida Bay in front of Nindathana and Florida Bay. Florida Bay's won it from a photo. Nindathana or Blue Stocking. World Joy, not a great deal of luck in the straight. Stainless made late ground, and Wicked Hill close up. They were followed by Jamaica Magic, Chirapo, Startling Aura. Then came the Lark, blue on blue. Cape Ella dropped right out. Miss Eileen last all of the way. Stand by for the numbers. Florida Bay, Perugino filly, up on top of the speed. 3 wide, no cover. Callow elects to sit out there. There wasn't really much he could do about that. There was enough speed inside of him to keep him well away from the rail. And she moves out after Wicked Hill, who was giving plenty, but then started to feel the pinch at about the 200. World Joy on the fence, just green, getting around Florida Bay's heels and not really having much idea about that, and also being balked by the eventual winner. Nindathana, the stablemate, obviously she has enjoyed the drier surface to race on today. Will get up and run second by the looks of that, just in front of Blue Stocking, who was always on top of the speed. A very competitive race to start proceedings, but Brian Mayfield Smith has Quinella the race with the Perugino filly Florida Bay, and the other one Nindathana by Danewin. As we see the head-on action, you can see World Joy just behind the winner. He was going to come to the outside, Steve, and then all of a sudden that run disappears, and then he goes back towards the inside as the leader drifts away from the inside. And there was a half run there, but then all of a sudden Florida Bay, who was drifting in and out all the way up the home straight, comes back in again, takes his running. And there really wasn't much he could do about that over the concluding stages. Numbers are about to be confirmed after the first. It's 5, 8 and 2, 5, 8 and 2, with number 12, Wicked Hill, running fourth just in front of World Joy. That winner scored by a short neck with a margin of a head between second and third, and 65 seconds flat the time. The record is 61.52. It runs 65 seconds flat, standing by for the totes. Florida Bay around $7.80 and $2.30. As Mark mentioned in the preview coming into the race, I went over that tape about 10 times of her run here at Ballarat. There looked to be a half gap straightening up, and she was just a little timid going through the gap, I thought, and was a little reluctant to do so. So today, Brian has slapped on the blinkers on Florida Bay first up. And although, as you saw in the home straight, she's still got a fair bit to learn, hasn't she? She was drifting in and out all over the home straight, in and out all the way, but she's done enough to win it well. Florida Bay, $7.80 and $2.30. She was a bit of a drifter on track, but she's paid $7.80 on the tote. Linda Thana at $4.70 and Blue Stocking at $8.10. Quinola $29.20, Exacta $130.50. $2,194, the trifecta after the running of race number 1. And then certainly excuses there for World Joy. Florida Bay opened up around the $4 odd mark, I believe, and she got out to around $6 or $7 at the death, and certainly Calais making the difference. Just standing by for the winner to come back to scale. Blue on Blue showed speed and then dropped out. Cape Ella, the one they had a bit of a rap on coming into the race. She showed good speed, but gee, she weakened right out of it over the concluding stages. Chirapo got back. Jamaica Magic ran a fair race. That was the horse coming right down the outside by Archway, a first starter from the Ian Anderson yard. Here's the winner returning now after the Ballarat Holden Super Vobis 2-year-old fillies taken out by Florida Bay. She's Super Vobis qualified too. She's by Perugino, this filly, out of Edna Valley, a Rubiton mare, raced by the Pope Racing Syndicate, trained by Brian Mayfield Smith, ridden by Noel Callow. The stablemate runs second. Linda Thana, Craig Newitt riding for Dane Wynn, of course, trained by Brian Mayfield Smith. And third going to Blue Stocking, a Robert Smurden prepared 2-year-old filly by Royal Academy. Luke Curry riding there, back in third spot. Okay, Mark, as I mentioned before the race, if you're looking for improvement from a horse, and Florida Bay certainly had the improvement, it was hard to get a line on her run first up, whether she was going to be competitive or not. But the blinkers and Callow have done the trick, although she still looks to have a bit to learn.
Yes, as you pointed out, Terry, she wobbled all the way up the straight. No luck there for World Joy. She drew gate number 1.